Hi, my name is Jessica Miller, and tonight I'm going to be doing a presentation analyzing the digital presence of Chobani. Hope you enjoy. Greek yogurt is the mecca of the yogurt industry, and Chobani is its top seller with 49.1% of the growing segment. They utilize the green, go healthy movement to get here and have continued to brand themselves in this way as 100% natural and 100% nature loving. Chobani's primary target audience appears to be health-conscious females between the ages of 25 and 35, and this can be seen reflected in their digital presence. Now, Chobani is actually known for their phenomenal digital engagement. However, as I began this project, tragedy struck as Chobani announced a voluntary recall after mold was found in a specific batch of yogurt. Now, as far as digital crisis management goes, they were actually really on the ball. Chobani announced the recall on social media themselves. They immediately stopped pushing out their regular promotions and content so as to not further enforce negative associations with their mouth-watering images of fruit and yogurt. They also allowed for negative comments and tweets. They responded to such tweets and comments within the hour. As a result, they did not lose any followers. In fact, if you look at the chart, they actually gained followers when the crisis was at its highest. And when the 4-week recall period was over, according to the company, their shares actually grew by 15.7%. Now, this is not to say that the crisis didn't leave its mark. For if you look at the Twitter word cloud before the crisis and after the crisis, it now features words such as bad, mold, complaints, and FDA. And I would actually say this is something that they're rather worried about, as they just announced that they're going to be launching a traditional media campaign so that they can have a larger reach to combat these negative associations. One interesting tactic they used during the crisis is that whenever Googling something related to Chobani, a Google ad would appear that would direct the user to Chobani's press release about the mold and their quality standards. This allowed them to relatively control the conversation, as well as educate their consumers on the malfunction. However, this also brings me to my first critique. They announced the recall on August 31st. Of the yogurt recall, they all had the best buy dates between September 11th and October 7th. And the last news article written about the recall was on October 4th. It's been enough time for people's first associations with Chobani to not necessarily be mold. However, still, if a user's query contains the word Chobani in it, the qualities issue ad is the first result. Whether you're Googling Chobani flavors, Chobani find a store, or even Chobani skydiving, the first result will take you to the press release about mold. Chobani actually recently launched a school lunch program, and the fact that Googling Chobani schools still directs users to the quality issues page is a major red flag. They need to add some negative keywords before they further injure the brand. Chobani's social media accounts, as you can see, have a fair amount of followers. The two social medias I decided to focus on for this presentation, however, were not based on the number of their followers, but instead on their engagement rate. For while Instagram's following is quite a bit smaller than Facebook's, the average Instagram post has the engagement rate of 2.8%, while a Facebook post has 0.52%. Both Twitter and Instagram are also where Chobani seems to have the most interaction with their consumers. On Twitter, Chobani sends out one tweet a day and responds to over 65 conversations. They also retweet their followers. The best part, though, is that they're not simply responding or retweeting because of a person's clout score, as you can see here. On Instagram, they share one photo a day, but they also search through hashtags and like their followers' photos. This particular image was my friend's photo, and Chobani liking it made her day and infinitely increased her brand loyalty. And this is what Chobani is truly great at, connecting with its individual consumers and making them feel special. Their effectiveness is of course helped by their witty responses, and the food porn aspect doesn't hurt. They share more or less the same content across their platforms, and yet are still able to drive meaningful engagements due to the personal touch. This being said, I still have some recommendations. Chobani currently does not have a mobile app, and I think this is a missed opportunity to engage consumers and collect quantifiable data. Last year, Chobani opened a physical store in Soho where you can order from a menu or concoct your own creation. The snack is served in a glass bowl, which you get to keep, and the menu allows some consumers to see Chobani in an entirely new light with options such as smoked salmon and dill or mango and avocado. This store is only in New York, but an app could bring this experience to everyone. The app could allow users to make different creations in a visually appealing manner. They could then share a photo of their unique or relatively unique combination on Instagram, as food photos are such a large part of the Chobani culture. The app could also allow for them to save the combination as a recipe, so that they could get the ingredients and physically make it in the future. In order to collect quantifiable data, though, users could mark off which dishes they actually end up making, as well as input the barcode when they do buy Chobani, in order to unlock exclusive offers. Despite Google Plus's skew of 70% male, Chobani does have a Google Plus account. However, their last update was in September 30th, 2013, when they changed their profile picture, and before that, it was in 2012. So they only have 486 followers, which isn't surprising considering that even when they were active, their posts lack the visual appeal that is so prevalent in all of their other social medias. This lack of was surprising to me, as Chobani is a leading modern brand that seems to understand social media. Companies should indeed strategically choose which social media accounts to pursue, but having an account that they link to from their website that is poorly maintained is a negative reflection on the brand. Despite the male affluence on Google+, both Rachel Zoe and Martha Stewart, who have a similar target demographic to Chobani, have been able to foster strong and engaged communities there. Personally, though, I think Chobani should take Google Plus as an opportunity to reach an audience of active, health-conscious men. Overall, Chobani has been able to leverage social media in a way that very few brands have been successful with.